if you have an issue and you want help on it, but you don't want to necessarily ask the people around you, or it's about the people around you and you can't really ask them, then come to us. Just shoot us a note at Ben and Kelly Show.
When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's Group Therapy on 99.7 DJX.
So we got this message. I've been a nanny for 2 little girls, ages 2 and 5, for about 2 years. The parents, while very loving with their kids, are constantly arguing, even in front of me.
Oh.
So recently, the youngest, we'll call her Emma, told me, I don't like my daddy. I asked her why, and she said, because he's mean to my mommy.
Okay.
To which the older sister, Elizabeth, in quotes, responded, he's not mean, he's just intense.
Okay.
So last week, the parents were arguing again, and after they left, Elizabeth told me, sometimes I go under the table and say funny things like, stop arguing, Mom. Emma seemed on the verge of tears. I really care for these girls, and it breaks my heart to hear them say things like that. I wouldn't say that this is an abuse level. They just never agree on anything anymore, and it gets loud. The dad usually starts it. Do I bring it up to the parents? And if so, what do I say? I really dread such an awkward and uncomfortable conversation.
Man, that is tough. Especially let us know if you are, if you've been in that situation, if you're a nanny and you've watched kids and you've seen that go down and how you handled it. I think that would help our listener with how she moves forward. I'm assuming it's her, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyways, I mean, part of me is just like, you got to say something, right?
Yeah. Dawn said, if you're willing to lose the job, then respectfully say something. Say the least possible. The girls have been mentioning that you two argue a lot, especially Emma. They seem to be talking about it more and more, and they seem really upset and focused on it. I just thought you should know. Don't offer advice. Just information.
Yeah, and I think that first part is key because this may be the beginning of the end of your nanny gig with this family, just because either A, you don't want to be around it anymore and leave voluntarily, or the other option is, you tell them and they're like, yeah, okay, you're gone.
Yeah, I know. And that's really, really tough because I know she's attached to the girls. She's been with the family for a couple of years. And then, what if the girls feel abandoned by, what may be like the one kind of outlet, the safe place that they feel like with her, they can kind of get away from all the arguing from their parents. I mean, this is just a really tough, so many layers to this situation. All
right. 502-571-9970. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. It's group therapy. It's tough when you're a nanny and the kids start saying things about the parents, of the kids that you're nannying. So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, it's really tough because it seems to be, affecting their mental health. And that's, super important. So we've got a lot of people chiming in that do have experience with this.
That's good.
Hannah said, I went through the same thing a few years ago. The best thing I did was be there for the kids, but I never said anything to the parents. Instead, I always took them places like the science center, zoo, parks, even my house, and kept the kids busy and happy. That was my job.
Yeah.
But then Krista said, I got divorced last year, and when we were first going through the divorce, my kids were staying with a nanny during the day while I went to school. Our nanny pulled me aside when I picked them up one day and told me that my son, who was 5 at the time, was talking about the divorce with her kids and how he was upset about it and how mommy and daddy fought all the time. I appreciated her saying something, so I knew what was going on and how my son was feeling. She needs to say something respectfully, of course.
Yeah, Kristen's like, look, you're the children's voice. They need to know from a third party what's being done because they probably don't even realize it. Oh, yeah.
And then Eric said, I do social work. This is abuse. And I've lived through this. Talk to the mother. If it doesn't help, contact Child Protection Services.
Oh, man. Okay. That's heavy.
Yeah, that's taking it a step further, indeed.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know. Like, I've never had a nanny. I've never been a nanny. But we
fortunately had a lot of good luck with our nannies.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know.
Situation.
Okay, so like, what if your nanny came to you and said, "Hey, the kids are saying that you and your husband are fighting and whatever. They're fighting.
I'd say, well, they're dang liars.
Then liars.
Yes.
You tell me which one of them did it.
Seriously, though, I would want to know about something like that for sure.
And then would you fire the nanny? I mean,
no.
do you think that? I guess my question my reason for asking is: do you think she has to worry about losing her job if she approaches the parents?
Maybe. And that's the tough part.
Yeah. Okay.
As Pam said, first, you will get fired. So,
yeah.
Second, you should talk to them both without the girls, without judgment, and let them know what you are experiencing with their children. No blame, or say they aren't seeing what the arguing is doing to their own children.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best way to go about it. I think you have to say something.
Yeah, they may be just caught up in their own drama with each other that they aren't thinking about, what the kids are seeing, how they are interpreting that, and how that's affecting them. And I would think, as a parent, that takes precedence.
100%.
Over any sort of embarrassment or whatever that you might be feeling that the nannies noticed this and in this whole situation.
Well, good luck. Keep us posted. And if you've got a comment and you want to, share your experience, you can always look at the thread there on Facebook at Ben and Kelly Show.